Republican nominee dropping his ballot at this elementary school in Manhattan, joining millions of voters in New York and across the country who will decide whether Mr. Trump will be greeted as Mr. President. This couple in Pennsylvania is hoping he wins.
If he doesn't insult the entire world, if he sticks to the business, I think maybe he can change the country around, hopefully.
I just don't trust Hillary.
Trump finishing off a long campaign with this late-night rally in Grand Rapids, Michigan, where thousands cheered their nominee.
Today is our Independence Day.
And in a Fox News interview this morning, Donald Trump saying that he does have some regrets, though he is confident he made some big wins in several key states. His election party will be tonight at the Hilton Hotel here in Midtown Manhattan. Adrienne Bankert, ABC News, New York.
Adrienne, Kenneth, thank you very much. Of course, Donald Trump's headquarters in New York City. But the family name is featured prominently in Northwest D.C. and this afternoon. There's a police presence outside the Trump International Hotel there on Pennsylvania Avenue. It's also where our Stephen Cheetah is standing by for us live this afternoon. Hi, Stephen.
Hi, Dave. Yeah, we're in front of the new Trump International Hotel, the renovated hotel, and also the scene of some reported graffiti in recent days. Now, there was some expectation of protests here today. You can see across the street, right in front of the hotel, one lone demonstrator. He has a sign comparing Donald Trump to the now notorious Bill Cosby. But we do have a strong police presence. We'll continue panning off to the right. You will see these gentlemen here, these D.C. police officers here. They've been here since this morning in anticipation of any possible civil unrest. Now, we can also tell you that the number of police officers has diminished throughout the day, since the only demonstrator we have seen here is that one lone protester across the street. But, of course, we'll keep our eyes on this situation as the day progresses. Reporting live, Stephen Cheetah, News Channel 8.
I see how the polls across the DMV are busy. Turnout is being described as moderate. Well, at Maryland, Virginia, and the districts. That's where we go first. It's where Sam Sweeney gives us this look at Decision Day in the federal city.
Well, good afternoon. A lot of people were late for work this morning, and a lot of people are taking extra long lunch breaks because of these lines. This is the polling location at 16th and M in Northwest Washington, and you can see the line starts here at the door, and then it stretches all the way down 16th Street. And this has been the situation since the polls opened early this morning at 7 o'clock here in the district. Take a look at this time-lapse video we shot for you around 9 o'clock. The line all the way down M Street again, then it wraps around and it goes for more than a block down 16th Street. Waiting times to vote were about 2 to 2.5 hours. Now, people said no matter what, they were here, they were going to cast their vote, no matter how long the wait was. We caught up with some of them. Let's listen to what they had to say.
This is America. This is what we do. Yeah, we exercise our vote.
No, this is longer than I've ever seen before, and I voted for Obama the first time and the second, and it's never been this long.
The lines are long everywhere. Georgetown, DuPont Circle here at Logan, around the block, around a couple of blocks, so it's a great turnout.
Now, this is just one location, but there are lines at other locations as well. As you heard there, Jack Evans just explained that he was visiting a number of locations in Ward 2. It really depends on where you live and how long the wait is, but it is important, of course, to get out to vote. If you have not registered and you live in the district, you can come out here to your precinct, register to vote, and then you can vote day of. Polls are open in the district until 8 o'clock tonight.
Around the region now, we pivot to Maryland. Here's John Gonzalez with the Free States vote.
Well, we've been talking to Maryland voters since the polls opened here at 7 o'clock this morning. Some saying that they waited as long as 2 hours to vote. Others saying that they just walked right in and voted in just minutes. If early voting here in Maryland, nearly 900,000 people, is any indication, well, we should have a high voter turnout here in the Free State. Now, this is the ballot when you come to your polling place. This is what it looks like. This is just a larger scale sample of it, but the wording is the same. The first vote you're going to cast is for president. You can see the first line there, Donald Trump, Michael Pence, followed by Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine, then Gary Johnson and Jill Stein. Take a look at where we are. This is Oakland Terrace Elementary School here in Kensington. They've had a steady flow of traffic, folks coming in to cast their votes, and there's a lot to vote for here in Maryland today. Not only for 6 years that she has the support of Larry Hogan, Governor Larry Hogan. Now, earlier we captured video of Chris Van Hollen not only voting, but greeting some of the Maryland voters here. Some supporters, others Republicans who say they're not only voting for Shaleka, but also Donald Trump.
Well, look, I think it's important that everybody get out to vote, regardless of their political persuasions, and whoever wins this should be the senator for all Marylanders, regardless of political party.
You want Trump to be our next president?
Oh, my goodness.
Tell our viewers why.
I consider him to be an outstanding candidate for president, primarily because he's a very rare person. He has built a very successful business.
Now, Maryland, this election did away with the touchscreens, and it is back to pen and paper. You will, well, literally circle in with a pen, and then you will run your ballot through an electronic scanner. And election officials this afternoon want me to remind viewers to not take the pens that are in the booth.
For that. And Suzanne Kennedy will wrap up our team coverage. She's checking in on polling places in Virginia, specifically the Burke area, Fairfax County.
Good afternoon. We're at Lake Braddock High School in Burke, Virginia, and if you take a look behind me, you can see we are in a little bit of a lull here this afternoon, but it has been a very busy day, so much so that the election chief is predicting a voter increase of between 10 to 15% from what this precinct saw in the 2012 presidential election. Northern Virginia voters lined up before sunrise to be some of the first in the nation to cast their ballots.
I have butterflies. I'm just really excited.
The first person at this fall's church precinct got in place at 5 a.m. and a long line that stretched the length of the building formed behind him.
I've been in this neighborhood since 2000. We're the biggest lines and crowd I've ever seen.
Layla Pareto emigrated to the United States from Bolivia. This is the first time she's voted as a U.S. citizen.
I wanted to have my right to vote, to decide who I want to be, to select, so it's really exciting.
Fairfax voters are also deciding who should represent them in Congress. People are ready for this election to be over.
But hopefully this campaign season has awakened a lot of people, and maybe there'll be a lot of compromise going forward to move the country forward.
Virginia does not offer early voting, and as a result, they expect to see voter turnout in the neighborhood of 80% today.
There, you've seen it all around the region. If you can't follow the election results on the air, why not? What's wrong with you? You can watch them on the side of our building. This Vote 2016 logo projected earlier this morning on our building here in Roslyn. It is going to be a real-time election results projection right there on the side of the building. Just another way that we're keeping you up to the minute. So if you can't stay with us on the air, you can drive by our building here in Roslyn. And we will, by the way, have the region's biggest effort tonight. And these are just the clues that we've got out in the field for you.